I'm very happy to see you all virtually and hope to meet you personally in 10, 14 days. We're talking today about our health and what can we do to improve it. We are talking about good things and we have to make an effort. We are working at higher speed. Our body is required to do more, and that is why we have to think how to protect our body, how to protect ourselves against inflammation and against speedy aging. And first of all, we need to improve the quality of life. The quality of life and the aging depends on our genetics and depends and there's a new notion which is used now, inflammaging, meaning aging due to inflammation. It is proved that the speedy process of aging very often is caused by inflammation. It could be not only that, there could be some genetic factors, environmental, and so on. We have quite a complicated system which is dividing this DNA thread and adds the necessary double element. So that is why instead of one DNA, we're getting a double site. This is a very complex system. We need to divide these proteins and create the second helix, DNA helix. It is a very complicated system of proteins. In the University of California, Elizabeth Blackburn in the 70s or in the beginning of the 80s, she proved that at the very end of the DNA, there is a kind of an anti-element which is not very useful. It just, for whatever reason, it is attached to the very end of those proteins. And when this system of copying approaches the very end of the DNA, and this empty element, each time it gets a little bit shorter and shorter, which means that each division is reducing this final element. And at some moment, the cell understands that this is the end. This is a usual biological process. So if everything is and what is important that there are different cells and some of them have this quite active telomerase and some of them are less active. Normally, when we speak about fetuses, in that case, the telomerase is active and gonads are active as well, but the rest of the cells don't have a very active telomerase, which means that sooner or later this element gets shorter and shorter, and at a certain moment the cells die out. So when the cell feels that telomerase is not there anymore, or it is very, very short, in that case, the cells die out. quite a lot of scientists are studying the opportunity or looking for an opportunity to prolong our life, but maintaining a high quality of life. We don't see any direct connection between the length of our life, longevity, and the activity of telomerase. For example, the mice has very active telomerase, but on the other hand, they live not long, while human beings, our telomerase are not very active, but still we live longer than our nearest relatives, apes. So that is why scientists started looking for an opportunity to properly stimulate telomerase to improve its activity. It appeared that it's not that easy, because if you make this process too active, in that case, there is a danger of getting tumors. There is a quite famous telomerase activator, which is TA65, which allows to rejuvenate the body and to extend life. But at the same time, not just extend the time of life, but to improve the quality of life after 40, because our body is sort of used that the age of 38, 40 is already the end of our life. That was the case even a couple of 100 years ago. And we are noticing that after the age of 40, we feel already the endocrinal problems. And so that is why we need to support the body and to tell no, we would like to extend our life, and there are opportunities to support telomerase. We are not going to get immortality. We're just getting longer and high quality life. To be able to find activators of telomerase, quite a lot of different studies were conducted. And we know that there are quite a lot of plants which could be quite helpful with that. And one of those plants, which would prevent aging and inflammation, that is turmeric. Turmeric had sometimes turmeric is called Indian ginger because it is a relative of ginger. It is a very famous spice. Sometimes it is orange or brownish. Turmeric is normally is a powder of this root. There's this spice is very famous in the Indian or Asian kitchen. 3% of this curry powder is curcuminoid. This is an active component, and in Ayurveda, turmeric is considered to be a golden substance. Why? Because there is quite a lot of very useful molecules acting against tumors, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, quite a lot of different vitamins. And the most important substance there is turmeric, curcumin. This is an excellent substance which is very good for the long life of our cells. It is working to support our immune system. And this support is very soft. It allows them to work on a proper level. It allows to activate the antibodies. It affects the proliferation of viruses, stops the increasing of their numbers. So it really supports the body on different levels. At the same time, it acts against viruses and bacteria. It acts against different viruses, flu, paraflu, herpes, different hepatitis B and C, uh, Coxsackie virus against papillon. Is fighting as well against bacteria, against Helicobacter pylori, which is causing ulcers of our stomach. And it is quite difficult to find something which fights Helicobacter, but curcumin, turmeric, is working at quite a low concentration. And if you're using different medication, like antibiotics, in that case, turmeric is supporting their action. And the curcumin or turmeric is working as actively as a non-steroid anti-inflammatory substances. What is important as well, all anti-inflammatory medication, they affect negatively the inner layer of our stomach, while curcumin doesn't have this turmeric extract doesn't have this effect. And it fights as well against free radicals, which affects us negatively. We need to stop that. So on the one hand, we see how curcumin is blocking the free radicals. And at the same time, we take away the inflammatory reaction, and we're preventing unnecessary death of our cells. At the same time, we are protecting our liver. This substance has hepatoprotective properties. Why liver is so important? Because long-term use medication, alcohol abuse, poor nutrition can cause acute and chronic liver pathologies. So that is why we need to protect our liver, because it is going to affect negatively the health of our digestion. At the same time, turmeric extract can support not only the support the liver, but it supports the whole metabolism of our body. And at the same time, it reduces the amount of sugar in our blood, which is very important for those who are suffering from diabetes, because these patients can have problems with the proper blood circulation, particularly blood circulation in our brains. So that is why the turmeric extract is included in the treatment of the patients with diabetes. And at the same time, we are fighting against metabolic syndrome. At the same time, it could be the high blood pressure, the problem of sugar. There could be the problem of the proper cardiovascular circulation, and so on. Due to the problem with metabolism and the increased level of glucose, our body is suffering. And all of that could be resolved just with the help of turmeric extract. We are supporting our immune system very gently. We are improving the cell membranes. We are as well fighting against different virus and bacteria, like now in the colder seasons, and we help the body to regenerate. But at the same time, turmeric extract can improve the gastrointestinal tract if we have some problems with the joints. The turmeric extract have an excellent effect on for the joints. It reduces the inflammation. It slows the progression of degenerative changes, reduces the intensity of pain in arthritis, and it as well supports the restoration of the elasticity of the joints. If we have arthritis or arthrosis, in that case, turmeric extracts has a positive long-term influence. Turmeric is a favorite plants of the yoga practitioners because it really improves the joint suppleness and opens all the chakras. If we have problems of liver and gallbladder, in the Chinese traditional medicine, turmeric has long been used to prevent fat liver disease, hepatitis, fibrosis, and cirrhosis of the liver. It improves the biliary qualities and it improves the flow of the bile, and it reduces the risk of developing a gallstone disease. If you have some problems in this direction, in that case, turmeric extract is very good for you, but it should be taken long term, like 12 to 14 weeks. Different metabolic disorders. There could be like diabetes type 2. By enhancing metabolic processes, the likelihood of developing obesity and other disorders that can cause diabetes is reduced. It is quite important to support weight loss, to fight against prostate. And curcumin can improve digestion, accelerate metabolism, cleans the body of waste and toxins, and reduce appetite. And it is also proved that beneficial effects of turmeric on the blood vessels, including lowering blood pressure, normalizing blood clotting, and lowering cholesterol levels in patients with type 2 diabetes at the same level as the third generation statin drugs. As to the neurodegenerative pathologies, a number of scientists believe that such disorders as Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease may be based on the chronic neuroinflammation, which leads to changes in the metabolism on neurons, resulting in their degradation, while turmeric extracts have a unique ability to increase the brain-derived neurotropic factors. It is quite important to improve memory, concentration, and learning. As to the effect on different types of cancer, it was studied by the Research Center in Texas. And these anti-tumor effects of curcumin have been confirmed against different types of cancers. And it was also proved that using of turmeric can prevent aging. The problem of curcumin, of turmeric, is it has low bioavailability. When consumed, not more than 10% of the active substance is absorbed. That is why we need enhancers to help its bioavailability. We are using for that the piperine, which is derived from the black pepper. It has been found that the combined use of piperine and curcumin can not only improve absorption, but can also enhance the quality of turmeric extract. And there is another important element, and that is an extract from olive leaves. There are very important antioxidants in olive leaves. All of that is in our active new formula, Curcumin Active. We are using turmeric, which is quite famous in the traditional medicine of many countries. To improve the bioavailability of curcuma, we're using black pepper and extract of the olive leaves. It is recommended to use one capsule of our product during meal, at the time of meals. So there is 150 grams of curcumin in the capsule. We need to use 3 milligrams for one kilo of our weight. So if you have 60 kilos, you need to use 180 milligrams of this substance, which means that probably you would need to take at least 1, maybe 2 or 3 capsules per day. And it is better to take this capsule apart from other medication that you take. The break should be 1 to 2 hours. Contraindication, individual intolerance to components, pregnancy, breastfeeding. So it is recommended to consult a doctor before use. So at the same time, we are fighting about we're improving our digestion, we're improving our joints, we're improving our activity, and this substance has a very strong anti-inflammatory qualities. We can take it long term. We have patients which normally take it almost constantly. We recommend to take it with 1 glass of clean drinking water. Better that this water is really warm, on the verge of being hot. We remember that 50% of our health depends on our attitude, good, positive attitude, that we should eat properly, we should be physically active, we should eat healthily, and take such things as turmeric extract. And we shouldn't forget that we have other products as well, which allow us to take care of our house, and uh, our products, uh, like these products with the turmeric extract, it improves our physical state, mental state, and these substances were already properly studied both in traditional and non-traditional medicine. Who needs turmeric extract? Everyone. Everyone who is not in a hurry to die, because it really rejuvenates your body. It really acts. It acts for about 12 hours. So that is why we need to take these capsules regularly, and preferably for a longer time. And it is quite important that when we take this turmeric extract, we understand that it improves the life of our cells. Yesterday, I found a phrase in the recipes for happiness, such a phrase: turmeric is the spice of the joy of life. If humanity used turmeric more frequently, there would be less mistakes on the planet. Uh, and I can say that turmeric, as one of our products, is well combined with the rest of the products which our company is offering. Don't forget to share this information, because knowledge allows you to be properly pragmatic. I wish you a good mood and good health. I'm expressing my gratitude to our interpreters who allows us to communicate throughout the globe. So this is the end of my presentation. Many thanks, Elina. As we see, there are no questions. I wish everyone a nice evening. I wish everyone a nice evening.